What is riba? We translate it as interest. And riba is something that was common and predominant in many societies, including in pre-Islamic Arabia. It was well known and it was common. If I gave you 1,000 dinars, $1,000, whatever, I would demand 1,100, after 2 months. And if you were late, 1,200. If you were later than that, 1,300. This is the standard form of riba. Now, technically speaking, there are other types of riba in Islam, but this is the most common one that we're still aware of, and it is still commonly practiced to this day. When Islam came, our Prophet ﷺ explicitly forbade riba. And the Quran equated riba with declaring war against God and His Messenger. فَأْذَنُوا بِحَرْبٍ مِّنَ اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. There is no other sin in Islam that has been equated with declaring war. It's as if you're waging war against your own Creator. There is no sin that has that strict language attached to it. And there are many evils in Islam that you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to murder, you're not supposed to steal, there are many sins, and each one has some punishment, there's no question about it. But this specific punishment of declaring war against God and His Messenger, no other sin has been given that description. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Quran that of the wisdoms of prohibiting riba is لِكَيْ لَا يَكُونَ دُولَةً بَيْنَ الْأَغْنِيَاءِ مِنْكُمْ, so that wealth doesn't become a plaything that remains amongst the rich amongst you. So wealth shouldn't just remain amongst the rich. You see, from an Islamic perspective, riba or interest is the essence of economic injustice. Why? A rich person will lend money to a poor person with guaranteed return, and the poor person might fail in the business, the poor person might not be able to do what he's doing, and the rich person is profiting off of the fact that he's rich. That's it. He's literally profiting simply because he has money in his bank account, and the poor person needs that money, and he goes, here's the money, and I demand much more money back. And that is why it is the essence of dhulm or injustice, the height of injustice. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from ever committing any such sin.
In Islam, there are two types of riba. The first one is riba in debt, duyun, riba fi duyun. And this one, in the time of Jahiliyyah, the way they used to do is they give you a loan. Either they are going to tell you, listen, you're supposed to pay this amount by 5th of next month. Are we in agreement? Yes. If you delay even 1 day, you have to add extra amount. So that's a condition that is in the beginning when you're doing the contract. That is riba, al-jahiliyyah, la yajuz, haram. The other one that they used to practice also was, he gives you loan, you go. When are you paying me back? Next month on 5th. The time comes, he comes to you. Okay, pay your dues. Where's my money? Then the guy is like, please, can you add me 10 days? I'm expecting something. I don't have now the cash, but I'm expecting something to come. No problem, I'll give you 10 days. But what are you going to give me in return? Because now you're holding my money, I'm supposed to invest in it. Oh, no problem. What I'll do, I'll give you your money with extra small thing. Oh, thank you, no problem. Then, okay, after 10 days I'll come. Riba al-jahiliyyah, haram, it's not allowed.
The brother being a non-Muslim, he works in the bank. He asked a question that why do Muslims resist, don't come to his house? Because he's earning money from interest. What does Islam have to say about interest? And he finds the difficulty mobilizing fund from the Muslims. Brother, the Arabic word mentioned is riba. Riba means interest as well as usury. Some people, they think that riba does not mean interest, but it includes interest as well as usury. Interest, according to the dictionary, means money earned on money lent. And usury means exorbitant interest. Both usury and interest, both are prohibited. And the Quran mentions the word riba in no less than 8 different places. In Surah Al-Imran, chapter number 3, verse number 130. In Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 161. It's mentioned in Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 275 thrice. In Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 276. As well as in Surah Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 278 and 279. I'll just translate the last verse. Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse number 270 and 279 says that if you give up not your demands of riba, of interest, then take notice of a war from Allah and His Rasul. So anyone who deals with interest, gives interest or takes interest, he is waging a war with Almighty God Allah and with the Messenger Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It is one of the major sins in Islam. One of the major sins. And one of these says, one of the lower level of interest is equivalent to doing zina, adultery with your mother. Now, what is the logic behind it? You can hear my talk on interest-free economy promulgated by the Quran. It's a big talk. So logically, for me to prove to you why interest is haram, it will take a few hours, which will not be possible now. But in short, the reason interest is prohibited because it makes a rich person more rich and a poor person more poor. And furthermore, interest encourages many evils. Like if you know in the 80s, most of the bank, they funded gambling dens, they funded alcohol bars, etc. In Islam, we believe in profit and loss sharing. See, today, you being a banker, you know, the company which has the least debt is a better company. This interest was started by King George V, the banking system. He is the main culprit. Previously, it wasn't there. And now, to make the rich people more rich. If a poor person wants loan from a bank, it's difficult. You want to see what is his asset, how much is he earning. So it's more difficult for a poor man to get loan. And furthermore, if you analyze the top companies, they are debt-free companies. Therefore, today we find stock listing. You know, Anil Ambani, he floated the Reliance Power. How many? 1.1 lakh crores. He got 100 times more than what he wanted. No bank could have given him so much money. What he did? He floated stock. What is stock? It is Islamic system, profit and loss sharing. Correct? In interest, it is haram because there are many negative factors. In Islam, we believe in profit and loss sharing. You know, you buy shares. You buy shares of a company. If you make profit, you get profit. If you make loss, you make a loss. It's not fixed 8%, 9%, and the other person makes a lot of money. Get by the Quran. That's the reason if you change your bank from a conventional bank to Islamic bank, inshallah, you'll have Muslim customers. Inshallah. It is Islamic. So if we follow the Sharia, the Quran and Sahih Hadith, you also earn and you let others also earn. Hope that answers the question, brother.
Thank you very much.